Hey everyone, welcome to Global Talk. Welcome to another episode of Global Talk. And by this time, you all know what our main aim is with Global Talk, making a network, connecting people from all over the world. And today, I hope you all are doing very fine. And here in this episode, we brought you another special guest from India. We also have Marco, our own special host of Global Talk from Germany. Hi,
Hello.
Nick. Hi, Marco.
Hi Ankit, hi Marco. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
So as Ankit mentioned, myself Nick. So let me introduce you to all of you. So I'm basically from Chandigarh, that is
Mhm.
northern part of India. So namaste from my side and namaste from India.
Yeah.
So whenever we talk about India and we talk about tech, people generally think about big cities such as Bangalore, Delhi,
Mhm.
Noida, Pune. These are the big cities people think about. But when it comes to tier 2 cities like Chandigarh or any other tier 2 cities, people are doing wonder here as well. What these big companies are doing, what they do, they hire the client internationally from different parts of the world and they give the work to these tier 2 city companies. So
Mhm.
they are the backbone of these tech or these marketing things. So let me introduce you a little more about my city.
You said you were living in Chandigarh. So how
Yeah,
far is Chandigarh from Delhi? Can you just explain? Because I think
it's
most of our audience have not a good
yeah.
idea where Chandigarh is especially.
Okay.
Maybe you can also show this in Google Maps quickly.
Sure, sure. So, the most special thing about my city is that it was one of the first planned cities of India. A French architect, planned this city, so it's also called the city beautiful. It's
Mhm.
not that much busy compared to other metro cities of India. So it's very quiet and very peaceful, very greeny city we have. So, if I talk about the cultural part, it's the capital of two states, Punjab and Haryana. So you will find the people from different beliefs, from different religion. It's one of the biggest cities in the northern part of India. If I leave Delhi behind, so if I talk about the smaller cities, it is one of the biggest or the main happening cities here in the northern part of India. If I talk about more things, then we love our food here. Butter chicken is one of the most famous cuisine we have, which has been known worldwide. So people love butter chicken. Non-veg is the most preferred thing we have here in this.
Yeah.
And we have people from Punjab. They follow different religion. We have people from Haryana. They follow different religion, and other
Mhm.
people are from other cities as well.
Do you have
Okay.
special buildings there or special monuments?
If I talk about the monument parts, Marco, like Rock Garden is one of the things, as I mentioned, like it is one of the first planned cities. So we don't have that many new structures or buildings. That is the main reason. Like you can't build without the authority of the government, and government doesn't give much authority. They want to keep it as peaceful as possible. So we don't have that many huge monuments or building part, but it's very clean city, very organized, very peaceful city we
Mhm.
have. The crime ratio is purely low in Chandigarh.
And I think people from different religion, people from different caste is living there together,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they are also very digitalized, connected to the world, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. As I mentioned, like it is the capital city of two different
Mhm.
states. So if I talk about Punjab, Punjab follow different religion. It follows Sikhism. And if I
Mhm.
talk about Haryana, it follows Hinduism. Majority of the population follows Hinduism, and in Punjab, majority of the population follows Sikhism. But yet
Okay.
people are, from different culture, different religion. They are peacefully living in here. And if I talk about professionally, a lot of government job employees you will find here. You will
Mhm.
find a lot of government organizations working in Chandigarh. So you will find a mix of both government jobs and new startups. A lot of new startups have been, doing pretty well since two like 4 5 years here in this part of the country. What people are doing, whoever you find working in a big tech companies, they start their journey from here itself. You will
Mhm.
find the starting career of a lot of tech expert from this part of world.
So I
Okay.
guess, as you mentioned, with the startups, government is also emphasizing on the startups a
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
more,
yeah,
right?
yes.
In 2025.
No, not since 2025. If I recall it, like Indian government has started, investing a lot since 2018, 2019. After that,
Mhm.
government started to investing a lot. Like government provide a lot to new techie expert. Like if you reach out to government and tell them like we have this idea, the Indian government is really helping. That is why like if you see, if I talk about Bangalore, it's called the
Mm-hmm.
Silicon Valley of India, right?
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of global IT firms are working over there. So right now we have a lot of techie like misconception I like to bring here.
Yeah, sure, sure.
We are the biggest democratic country and the second largest population, so we have people around of different types. So we do have some those scam kind of things as well. So that is one of the biggest misconception people have. Like if I talk about tech part, if I talk about freelancing part, a lot of clients think like it's a totally scam, but that is not the case. As I mentioned, we are,
Can you
yeah.
make it more precise? What does mean scam in this case?
Okay, so like as I
Like what
mentioned,
kind of scam
yeah, yeah,
people?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so the problem here is like as I mentioned, we have a lot of techie companies here in India. So not everyone is working genuine. A very few of them are doing some kind of scams. They reach out to clients through cold mail or through getting their numbers from the website. They offer different things, but they don't do it like a lot of different things they do. So that is what a lot of international clients have that misconception regarding the India. Like whenever we talk about the techies.
So we can
Okay.
summarize it. It's a kind of organized fraud that is done by very
Yeah,
few, and
very
that is
few.
making a very bad picture on all.
Yes, exactly, exactly. That is the point. Like government of India is taking some cyber actions against them. Like we have some cyber security related separate department created by the government to tackle this thing. But still, you can imagine like if a country has a 1.4 billion people, so you can imagine like there will be some few scammers like those. So this is what
So,
a lot of
Nick,
misconception.
just one thing to mention, I guess because of this scam the people have in their mind, I think when you started your profile as a digital marketing expert, working with international clients, working in the Indian environment, could be that you have faced this issue for a very long time. That whenever you are reaching out to your clients, they are assuming that you are also type of a potential scammer. So can you just bring up this perspective from your side? How did you tackle this? And maybe you can also mention this introduction with Marco. How did you guys come up together? Which platform did you use? And how did you win the trust of Marco working almost for a year and now?
Okay, so the one of the things, like as you mentioned, these scammers target only those people who do not have much knowledge about how things are going to work. If I talk about
Mhm.
Marco being an expert, Marco knew exactly like how to hire someone, which platform to use. As I remember, Marco used Upwork, and I connected him with Marco through email. So Marco, people like Marco who are expert, who know how things are going to work, they do not target these scammers. Do not target such people. They target people who do not. Yeah,
They target also those people, but in that case, you need to be very smart and
smart.
ask also questions. And that
Yeah,
I did at that time.
yes,
I
exactly.
asked you certain
So
questions
many.
and
Uh,
you made
yeah,
it to answer them well.
yeah,
Nowadays, with the use of AI and ChatGPT, it's also quite hard to find out, is it really
Mhm.
you who is answering, or is this an
yeah,
answer from the
yeah,
AI that is so
exactly.
professional? Non-professional who does not know about those topics, digital marketing and specific IT digital topics, I really would not recommend to reach out, because
Yeah,
there is the chance that you really get a scammer, that you think, okay, everything is fine and working,
fine.
but in
Yeah,
the end, you start maybe to pay and you will get later on nothing.
yeah,
Or
exactly,
you
exactly.
get something and you think, wow, this is so nice, but you can't assess the quality.
Yes,
So
exactly.
you get just scrap stuff, think, okay, it's there, and then you pay for it and you don't get anything. Yeah. And you
And
even
one,
harm your own business with it,
yeah,
maybe.
but one more thing, Marco, I would like to bring over here.
Mm.
As international clients sometimes feel like I'll hire agency which is in my state or which is nearby my location. So I'll tell you how these clients are, these international agencies are working. What they do, they charge huge amount of money from their clients in their country, and they hire experts sitting back in here in India. So that is how these
So the
you
cheap
know
labors.
yeah, exactly, because
This is the
that is how these.
mechanism. I know this is
Yeah,
working on the market.
yes,
I also worked with such agencies.
yes,
I directly saw from the results
yeah,
that it was not someone from here who did this. It
yeah,
was
exactly.
just taken the requirements and then handed over to someone else. And then you think as a client, you get it from this national
Yeah,
agency
exactly.
that is here.
Yes,
But in the
yes,
end, it
yes.
was just outsourced.
Yes.
just
Yes.
outsourced. I mean, if you do it clever and it's fine, it's also a business model that has certain value and that can be there. Yeah.
Mhm.
But the problem starts if the agencies here are just outsourcing it and delivering something that is not up to the quality that I have actually paid for and that I actually expect. This is the point. And this is
Yeah.
what I see very often is happening. So from the motivation to outsource things and to get it cheaply done.
Yeah, but the problem is those clients don't know. The person who's sitting in the third country, like either it's from India or Bangladesh or Pakistan or Indonesia, they don't know. They just think like we have got the work done from their agency itself. So that,
Also here, the
yeah.
people just don't know. They give it to the agency. So they hand
Mhm.
over, let's say, their responsibility to an agency and they think, okay, what the agency is providing me is all fine.
Yeah,
But very
exactly.
often I was also cheated at that time. I was cheated from two agencies who just reported scrap and I could only find it out because I got an expertise in this. So I did
Yeah,
trainings in the
exactly.
digital marketing, trainings in the SEO. So I could then assess clearly what is a
Mhm.
good result, what is what we actually need and what should be done, and what is what we really got from the agency. And then it was also a very, let's say, also hard or nice job, either you see, to confront then an agency and say like, look,
Mhm.
what you provided, this is not fine. So we expect it in this and this way. And then they started to watch and say like, how can they assess it? So
Yeah,
this was a little bit a surprise to them that
exactly.
they get some negative feedback. And
Exactly.
this is also a very, very interesting point. What I wanted to ask you also about the population in your area. So how many people are living in just in your, let's say, smaller city? What is smaller in your case?
Marco, like here, if I talk about the complete India, then we have 1.4 billion population. So if I take some of the states like UP, Uttar Pradesh is one of the states. If I take out that state from the India, then that state's population becomes seventh largest country in the world. So you can imagine the
Okay.
scale. You can imagine the scale. That is one of the states. If I take out from the India, then it becomes seventh largest populated country. So we are huge in
And
number.
just in your city, how many is it roughly?
It will be around
So I
6 to 7 million.
6 to
7
Six,
7
million.
million, I
7
six to
guess.
million.
Yeah.
7 million in
Yeah, we
your
call it
city.
60 lakhs. Yeah, we call it 60, 70 lakh.
So this is already far more than our capital in Germany.
Exactly. And
It,
my city is not populated at all. That is what I'm telling you. It's not populated. That it's
compared to other Indian cities, it's
compared
not
to other
populated.
cities.
I think this is already the case we have seen previously with other cities that people are coming from other cities and they're complaining, oh, I don't have clients, I don't have job because it's so much populated and I don't get anything from the clients. But Nick, you're in the digital marketing landscape in 2025 sitting with us. So that's all for the part one of the global talk intro session with Nick. We will again meet into the part two of this session and we will try to explore more and go into details what Nick is doing with us and what contribution he is doing for our network that we are trying to create with Global Talk. Till then, everyone stay safe and see you again in the part two of this session. Wishing you very well in the upcoming days. Thanks for being with us all this time.